as we move through our daily lives. Numbers are everywhere. But what about numbers like GPA, rank, SAT, ACT, and other grades and scores? The majority of TAMS staff agree that numbers are useful in assessing some aspects of a student, but are only a small component of an evaluation. We asked them a couple more questions to see their perspective on numbers and how they impact students today. The positive aspect of numerical data and assessments is that they provide a means of broad comparison among students. In fact, this data may provide useful information for people to develop new strategies and answer questions such as, are we capturing all the talent we have available in our society? And are we creating sufficient opportunities for talent to be nurtured and developed?
We've sort of painted ourselves into a corner with test scores and looking at high school grades. In fact, I just read an article in the Chronicle of Higher Education that said that high school grades are still the number one factor by most college admissions boards. But a number doesn't match a student. If I were king of the world or in charge for a day, I would require admissions panels to interview every student, because I think there's a lot of personality and grit and mindset that comes through in an interview that you can't measure in numbers.
Your grade doesn't necessarily show how much you know about a subject, especially in colleges when you have exams that are worth 25% of your grade. Like maybe you actually knew this stuff really well and you had a bad test day, or just things didn't happen to go right, but you actually learned quite a bit. So unfortunately, a lot of the way our system is set up is you get graded on things, but you don't get much of a chance to kind of correct errors or learn from your mistakes. And most of learning is making mistakes and then correcting them.
I recommend that students do not neglect to prepare for standardized exams and to do well in their classes. Nevertheless, they should not neglect to pursue broader opportunities, seek balance, pursue their passions, and enjoy life.
We don't focus on learning anymore. We focus on getting to that next number. An SAT math score of 800, perfect score. But can that student carry on a conversation about sports or life or philosophy or anything like that?
I think education really is about learning in a much broader sense, like learning to get along with people, to understand other people's perspectives, to be empathetic, to be a critical thinker, not to accept things at face value.
I think students put so much pressure on themselves. It even lends itself to influencing students to do things they wouldn't normally do, like cheating or taking shortcuts. So that's my impression of the impact numbers have on students.
Numerical evidence of success or student distinction is really a consequence of an excellent education rather than a goal in itself.
Try to think about the things that will last. So your GPA won't, but the impression that you leave with people, so like the way you treat them, and that's something that will last. Like I love the Maya Angelou quote that's something to the effect of, people will forget what you say and they'll forget what you did, but they'll always remember the way you made them feel.
So the question is, what do these numbers mean to you?